I got a question wrong that I will never forget because I'm an English major and I got a daily double on a Shakespeare question.
I was playing very aggressively, hunting for daily doubles at the bottom of the board, and I actually was, in a sense, too lucky.
There was a question about Joseph McCarthy, and for whatever reason, I just kind of blurted out, who was McCarty?
I am still haunted by the fact that I got a question about Greece wrong, because I am in fact Greek American.
I bet all my money and I thought for sure I would get it right. And the answer was Macbeth, and I guessed the wrong play.
Had I wagered the way I had planned on wagering going into the game, as aggressively as I had intended to, I would have won my second game too.
My professor, Tom Hare, who's, good old Irish guy, said, McCarty is the same thing as McCarthy. It should have been used.
I was outbid in Final Jeopardy, and so I lost. I heard about that from people at church for years.
It's hard to watch that second show because of that. McCarty.
When you're on the show, you don't really get to hang out with Alex, and that's because they're very strict about security and making the show fair.
They are incredibly careful to make sure that you don't communicate because of the legacy of the quiz show scandals from the 1950s.
You don't really get to talk to him, except for that moment where he kind of does the story with you. So it was still just really fun to even have that moment of conversation with this person you've seen your whole life.
He was super friendly and warm, and people always say, well, does he know the answers to the questions? I think he did. I think he was a pretty smart guy.
I had a remarkable comeback on a pretty obscure question, and we were standing there afterward chatting, and he leaned over and he said, yeah, how did you know that?
He's just really funny and takes the show really seriously and has a lot of respect for the players.
Somebody else in the crowd asked him who would win a fight between him and Pat Sajak. And without missing a beat, Alex says, Bob Barker.
My advice to Jeopardy contestants or people who are interested in Jeopardy is to really relax.
For piece of advice number one is time it better than I did, because Jeopardy is something you can study for.
The buzzer is tricky because at home you can just say the answer as soon as you read the clue, but on the show you have to wait for the clue to be done before you can ring in.
If you're good at riddles, you'd be good at Jeopardy.
The second one is just go have fun.
Have fun with it.
Just to play along with the show and to be part of the community is fun in itself.